According to the Independent Contractors and Business Association, spending by municipalities in this province is out of control and unsustainable. The group says municipal spending is going up twice as fast as inflation, and municipal workers are making 35% more than their counterparts in the private sector. As Ted Chernecki reports, taxpayers are getting to the point they can no longer afford all the spending demands.
According to a new study by the Independent Contractors and Business Association of BC, construction costs are rising needlessly, and it takes direct aim at municipal governments, especially Vancouver.
Well, in the city of Vancouver, it takes 270 days. I think we put people on the moon faster than that, before you can get through the whole development permit process and get shovels in the ground. Now, that costs everybody. It costs the developer who has to carry the land and pay the taxes on the land, and he just builds that into the product.
Certainly with the activity in Vancouver, we have unprecedented building permits and activity right now, which is great for our economy, but it puts a huge load on City Hall staff and resources. You know, we got to put more resources into making sure we can turn those permits around.
And those delays can't be as a result of municipal governments rolling back wages and losing personnel because of it. A review of typical wage rate increases in the last 4 years shows in 2008, Burnaby, Vancouver, and West Vancouver municipal workers received wage increases of 3%, well above the Consumer Price Index. The next year, wages in those three municipalities jumped another 3.5%, and data for Prince George shows staff there received a 3% wage hike, while the cost of living that year dropped to zero. Last year, wages went up 4% on the Lower Mainland, 3% in Prince George, well above the cost of living. Same story this year, with only Kelowna showing its wage increases below the cost of living this and last year.
Politicians aren't elected only to say yes. They have to say no as well. We can't afford it. We can't have it. Look, Greece and Italy didn't say no, and now they're going bankrupt because they didn't have the courage, the politicians didn't have the courage to say no.
Then there are those lucrative benefits in municipal contracts, like banking sick days. Vancouver allows its workers to accumulate up to 120 work days, if unused, to be taken as days off or paid out at the end of a career. Prince George allows a maximum of 172 days. Kamloops, 150 days, where at the end of a career, the worker gets 80% of that paid out in cash. And then there's West Vancouver, where the Municipal Employees Association has succeeded in getting management to agree to allow employees there to bank a staggering 250 workdays, the equivalent of more than a full year off.
It's the public sector unions who are very active in municipal elections, make sure their kind of people run, make sure people that support them get elected, tell their members who to vote for, and they work in the interest not of the taxpayer but of the people the taxpayers employ. And I think they've got it a bit ass backwards.